What's up, my dudes? So, it's been a while since I actually made any videos, and I thought I would just go through some of the knives I made over the last couple weeks. Don't mind the bed hair. See, I'm developing a bit of a bald spot. So some of these are already sold, but you guys remember the Damascus ones, and these were forged by hand, so very nice blade. This one, here's another one from the same billet. I'm thinking about making some more Damascus today, actually. And then this one, which is a very nice little cleaver with one of these turned handles. One thing that's a feature on all my kitchen knives is these bolsters, these tube pipe bolsters, and it's stainless steel. Here's a Nakiri cleaver style. Not a lot of people like the hole, but I did the hole because I wanted to test if it affects the balance. So I could easily grind it off and turn into sort of like a large santoku. It's kind of been on my mind, but I also personally, I don't really mind the hole. I think it's kind of cool. And then there's a few kitchen knives that I have, which I wish had some kind of hanging hook hole, so I could just put it on the wall, pull it off, and use it. So it's about the size of a pinky. So this is another Sanmai, as you can see. All of these are laminated, and we got a nice elm or ash, or I don't remember what wood that is, but I like this burn finish. It's kind of like the old school waterproofing method, so very good grip, very decent blade. This one is available on my Instagram right now. I have them all on special, right? So I knock off like €100 off the price, and if you're interested in one of them, you can get them at a discount. It's like a week where before I put them on my website, they're at a decent discount. Here's one of my favorites from this batch. Again, so it's mostly 52-100 steel core with wrought iron Sanmai. So here's a decent petty, very, very, very nice little blade, this one. I'm very pleased with how this one turned out. Then we got a couple here from the same billet. So we have sort of a very narrow Nakiri with the etched lamination. We got an oak from the Helsinki Distilling Company oak barrel. It's actually two pieces laminated together like this, and that's why you see these two knobs there. And it's got the bolster. It's a nice little blade. A lot of people are interested in this one. And here's the other one. This one's also bought. So quite a nice one, this one. It's like a small chef knife. It's about 21 centimeters. And it has decent clearance. Can't like show you, but whatever. This is a pretty decent one. I'm quite pleased with this one. And then we have the two large ones. So this is actually the very first one that I made on the power hammer. It's also a Sanmai, as you can see. Very decent. The grip is very nice on this. I was worried that the maki was too long. Theoretically it is, but with the way that I'm gripping things, maybe it's just because I got some fat fingers. It's very decent. This one's also on my story, is still available. There's a couple people interested in this one. Here's the other one. Also a Sanmai. You can't really see it because it's sort of an etched Sanmai, but it's there. It's actually very clear with your bare eyes or your deer eyes. Good grip. Decent sort of overall profile. So these two I'm quite pleased with. Nice and long There's actually another one coming up, similar. The core steel was a little thin on this one, so it's difficult to actually grind it on the edge so that the laminations are pulled back. So this one's going to take a while to do. But so that was, I think that's all the ones from that 1 week. This is all done on the power hammer. Here's one that's coming up, which is basically a boning knife, sort of a large boning knife. I also sand my 52-100 steel core. I want to experiment a little bit with a basic full tang. So you see it's flat on the spine, but then it kind of angles down there. And this already feels very good in the hand. So I can see this one working out real good. And yeah, here's a wrought iron with a 52-100 steel core base for a small puukko. I'm gonna do a puukko with this one. You guys saw this. This is coming up soon, relatively soon. So, but this one won't have the same mucky style flush ring, and it's going to be more like this, right? So just a tang fit, top tang. So the funny thing is with this, right, is you can have a very wide blade, but you don't have as much clearance compared to something that doesn't have that mucky, where it's like this, because you're pushing all that metal up, all the tang material up, so you actually get a lot of clearance, and your front finger can fit in there. So it's kind of an interesting thing I want to play around with, because I'm used to doing top tangs, just much easier. This is just the rust from the grinder, but it's being worked on. This has actually a nickel alloy iron with no carbon in it, as like a lamination between the outside lamination and the steel core. So that's where you can sort of see a little line there. Yeah, there you see it. So still a bit of work to do on that one. It's going to look good. It'll have to be etched. Here's another little Sanmai paring knife. This one's going to be really nice. It's got wrought iron laminations with a 52-100 steel core. Very thin, very light. And here's another little paring knife being worked on, same as the other one. And then, yeah, I already showed this one. So that's sort of the bulk of what's been going on, bulk of the work that's being done on the blades. And all the finished knives that are not sold, they're available. You can check them out on my stories already today on Instagram at hot_metal_knives, and they're on my stories there, and you get a nice good to see the prices. I mean, this one 120 euros. It's a very good price for this blade. This one's 190 euros. Remember, plus shipping. This one's also 190 euros. This is 290. This is 290. And this is also 190. So, in terms of price, it's very good value for money right now. But I think, as like a rule of thumb going forward, what I'm going to do is, well, I'm making all these kitchen knives. Then I post them on my stories for people to buy them nice and early at a decent price. And then after like a week has gone by, I'm going to throw them on my website, put the full price there, which is generally about 100 euros extra. And then I'm going to leave them there, and that's it. There's no more discount on those. And it's just, I think it's a nice way, because what happens is, like, a lot of people are interested in these knives. Not a lot of people can always afford them. And a lot of people that really, 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 really want those blades might not have all the money they need immediately to buy them. And so this kind of just gives an opportunity to the people who are following me on Instagram or on my social media accounts to kind of just pick one up quickly. Then they have it. And then also the nice thing is that it gives me sort of immediate cash that I can use to buy gas, sandpaper, all these kind of things. And then, a couple hundred euros, 300, 400. That's more than enough for me to go and grab a bunch of materials. So after that week is gone and there's a few of these sold, I can keep up stuff running. It's a lot of money on gas. For forging all this, it's several hundred, it's a few €100 of gas, propane gas. But so I need to be able to sell things immediately to cover the cost of at least the gas and the steel and all this kind of stuff. So, so I think it's a pretty decent approach. It's a pretty decent way to do it. Yeah, what else? Nothing much more. There's another Damascus blade coming out of the forge. Sort of a smaller, something that's like this sized. Man, this one's really nice. And yeah, what else? I don't think there's really much more to it than that. I have I'm going to a fair called IWA, International Waffen, what it's in Germany. It's the largest gun show in the whole of Europe, and I'm going there to present the scalpels to CRKT and give scalpels as gifts to a lot of the major guys in the manufacturing, and see if I can get anybody to make these. And this will be my first attempt at getting like a design actually manufactured by by somebody like CRKT, where it's like, there's like Thomas design or Ronberg design or something scribbled on there. It's very similar to a lot of their products, at least with CRKT. I'm going to go with them first. And then, one step at a time forward. It's a good design. I mean, it's my most popular design. There's like 200 of these sold in just the last year or so, all over the world, and everybody who has one really, really likes it. So if you want to support me, of course, these are always available on my website or on Etsy, and they're only €50 each for now. And yeah, that's all I really have for you guys today. There is actually another blade. Little full steel paring knife. Quite nice. And this is also $60 on my stories. So yeah, that's it for today. And yeah, I got Diablo 2 running in the background. I kind of like that game. It's pretty chill. I don't really have much more to say, and I don't know if I've actually made a video on this, where I'm experimenting right now with a belt clip. It's a titanium belt clip with the pocket clip. So now with the Rivet Lock Bullpup Medium, right, this model, it'll come with the pocket clip. And then as I'm experimenting, it'll also eventually come with the belt clip. And so this belt clip fits very well on webbing. It actually locks right into your combat webbing and stuff. So you can actually have it on your equipment like that. It's very good. It's like it fits 2 or something, and it just locks right in, and it's very stiff there. So it's very well designed. And so now you have options, right? You can just slide it in your pocket, and that's where I like to have it. Close it there. And then another thing that it does is that it gives you a place to push. So your thumb, you can push like that. So that's pretty neat. Little push point. Pretty good. This design is really coming along. I like how streamlined it is and everything. I have I have a batch of these coming from the forge, but I won't be able to work on them for maybe another month. But so far, this is coming along really nicely. The only weird thing with this pocket clip is that unless your belt is like the perfect dimension, it has a tendency to kind of want to move like this, which is a bit odd because it'll be like that on your belt. But whatever. At least it's there, And also importantly, it fits on your military webbing, so that's super cool too. So overall, this product is coming along very well, and yeah, that's it for today, guys. Here are the knives. The Damascus is very pretty. And these tube bolsters are becoming more and more popular. I've been doing them for 20 years. It's been my standard approach. And now people are catching on. People are starting to do it, you know? So I think this one's my favorite from the batch. All right, guys. If you want to support my work, you can go and get yourself one of these kitchen knives on discount from my Instagram account, hot metal knives, hot_metal_knives on Instagram, or you can get one of these from my website at hotmetalknives.com or Etsy even, and support my work. And hopefully in the near future, these will be mass produced by a company like CRKT. Wish me luck, and good luck to you guys too.